Hello YouTube, this is Wendy from Language-Enthusiast. I'm wearing today this kind of thick sweater. I don't know how to call it. We call it, let's see, trainer, but I'm not sure if you can call it in the same way in English. But anyway, this is not a t-shirt, which is kind of thinner, lighter, but it's thicker and more heavier, okay, heavier, because as I always explain several times here and there in my previous videos, that this temperature of this room is maintained at 25 degrees because of my partly broken air conditioner. Okay, I cannot change its temperature, so even though I feel really cold inside this living room, which is quite spacey, this is where I always do all the things like eating meals, writing something, studying languages, and yeah, anything, okay, watching YouTube videos, okay, putting on my makeup, doing my hair, whatever, okay, and playing with my dogs, which is the most important thing, okay. Even though I feel a bit too chilly here, I cannot control the temperature because all I do is by pushing the emergency button to turn it on and turn it off. That's all. Okay, so if I feel chilly, all I can do is to wear something warmer, okay, to keep me warmer, okay. So that's why I'm wearing this one. And I look like Annie from the musical Tomorrow, Tomorrow, or something like that, okay? Because I curled my hair myself because my hair can get, or now is disastrous. I don't know how to do with my loose curls, okay? So I did my hair and it's a bit strong, but in the evening it will look much better, okay? It'll look looser. Okay, anyway, today, yeah, I took a serious nap, okay? I mean, I've been waking up pretty early at 4 in the morning these days, and it started about a week ago or 10 days ago. I wake up that early to start walking my dogs while it's still slightly dark and it's still very cool outside, okay? In Japan, I'm living in Nagoya in Japan. The place where I live, the temperature gets too hot these days, and so I cannot walk my dogs in the evening. And especially I'm a bit neurotic and I really don't like my dogs to bark at other dogs. But in the evening, everybody has the same idea of walking their dogs in the evening, right? In the evening and early morning. And so if I choose the wrong time to walk my dogs, it makes, especially one of my dogs named Goro, who is 7 years old and who is a bit older and a bit much bigger than the other dog, even though they are almost the same breed. I don't know why he gets so big. He got so big. I don't know. He when he was a puppy, he was living with another dog, a different dog, okay, which was actually a golden retriever. She came after Goro, 1 month after Goro, and since I gave the other dog named Hannah, okay, she's a female golden retriever, and I gave her lots of food, much more food than the food that Goro was supposed to eat. So maybe I would actually I gave him, okay, much more food that he was supposed to eat. Because of this, I don't know why, but Goro has become much bigger than his breed. I mean, he is Pomeranian and Papian mix, okay? Usually, normally, he should be much smaller, but he's this big, 7 kilograms, okay? It's kind of big, okay? And where was I? Yeah, I should choose the time that I walk my dogs. And in this summer, every summer, the temperature gets too hot for us to walk outside during the day. In winter, I walk my dogs during the day, and that's the best time for me because everybody's working, right? Not working, and there are not so many people working in my neighborhood because most of them are working, and the weather is perfect for walking. It's neither too hot nor too cold, right? I mean, I'm talking about autumn and spring, okay? And also winter, okay? And in such a case, walking my dogs during the day is okay. But now it's totally impossible because of the extremely hot weather. So I should choose the early morning. But since early morning at this time of the year, many dog owners try to walk their dogs at this hour. I mean, somewhere between 6 and 7. It can be too hot sometimes, depending on the day, but okay. And then I came up this idea of walking my dogs way before they start walking. And I've been successful, but the problem is that I used to be a night owl. Like, I went to sleep around after midnight, okay, 1 or maybe sometimes not 2. Ever since I had my rectal cancer operation, I've been paying much more attention to my health, and so sleep has been my #1 priority so far, okay? I used to spend the whole night editing videos and doing something I loved, but no, I completely stopped such stupid things. But instead, I tried to go to sleep much earlier than before I used to, and I've been successful. But still, I was a night owl, okay? But now, I'm completely a night person, morning person, or more early riser, okay? And I love this actually because, as I explained many times in my previous videos, I used to be a very early morning driver as a single mother with 3 kids, 3 daughters, okay? Back then, I really had to wake up very early, like before 2, because my work used to start at 2, so I had to go there. It was pretty close to my house. I mean, where I was working was pretty close to my house, but still, I had to wake up by 1, okay, 1:20, okay, it was still dark outside, right? It's after midnight, and that was when people are still sleeping, right? And that was tough, but that was the best job ever for a single mom like me, because during the day, I have so much freedom, okay? So I can do whatever I want, like, I was able to attend all the events that my daughter's schools had, okay, back then. So, and with any other reasons, I considered the best job for me at that time, okay? I feel really grateful for that, okay? And back to the story. I always go off on a tangent very often because this is totally impromptu speech. This is my impromptu speech, and I even don't know what to talk about beforehand. But as soon as I turn on my iPhone, and this is when I decide what to talk about, and as I speak, I think what to talk about next or something like that. It's very good practice because I can do lots of things at the same time in my mother tongue, but when it comes to English, it makes me feel paralyzed, totally paralyzed, and I don't like this feeling, okay, of awkwardness, and I really have to get over this. And this is something that I always avoid doing during my whole journey of improving my English. I started English when I was 28, when I was still a housewife, and I studied mostly to pass the test, okay? This test called STEP test, it's, I think, the most famous traditional English test here in Japan, though, okay? I was always studying to get the highest score and highest grade of this test, always. And this is the only thing I thought that was able to judge or evaluate my English. So if I was able to get the highest grade, then it automatically means that my English is great, my spoken English is also great. But this is totally wrong, because when it comes to spoken language, you have to speak a lot, right? Like you have done when you were a kid, okay? For a certain amount of time, like until you became 3 years old, 4 years old, you must have spoken lots of your mother tongue, right? So this is actually how you have become a fluent speaker of your mother tongue. So I realized just recently, okay, that I should do the same when it comes to my second language, third language also. My second language is English, and my third language is Spanish, and my fourth language will be Chinese, because I have studied Chinese for a pretty long time before. I was studying both Spanish and Chinese at the same time, at one time, back in 2005, 6, 7, okay. But I gave up. I gave it up. I stopped studying Spanish also, and I started again, and I repeated this cycle several times in my entire life, okay? But basically, I'm interested in foreign languages because it's pure fun, okay? It's pure fun, and I always say this, but when you learn another language, it means that you have another yourself inside you, okay? Another mindset, another way of thinking, and another language. And language is just a tool for you to express yourself, right? But if you acquire a certain level of your foreign language, you can use it as you wish, right? It's not as, you cannot speak your foreign languages as freely as you can in your mother tongue, right? It's totally natural, and this is something that also makes you feel a bit dumb, because in your mother tongue, you could explain things more clearly, more freely. Yeah, but still, not everybody can do this, right? Not everybody can continue learning until they can express themselves in their foreign languages quite freely, quite enjoyable. Quite enjoyable, is it okay? I am not sure, but okay. Anyway, so that's why it's rewarding. It's really rewarding and it's fun. So that's why the more languages I learn and the more time I spend on learning foreign languages, and the more I realize this, and it makes me motivated because it's fun, okay? All right, and back to my story. I don't know where I was, but okay, so that's why I had to wake up early this morning too. Okay, and there's it's gonna be a long story, so I'm gonna talk about this today, but it is something to do with someone in my neighborhood, and I really had to wake up very early, even earlier than yesterday, and it has something to do with this person in my neighborhood, but I'm not gonna talk about it because it's going to be a long story. Okay, and I got tired after walking. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't fall asleep as early as I wanted, and it made me frustrated, but I gave it up. Okay, gave it up the idea of falling asleep as soon as I wanted, and instead I spent some time listening to some YouTube videos, okay, while I was lying in my bed, okay, because you can't sleep. You cannot fall asleep unless you feel relaxed, right? So that's why I tried to feel relaxed, okay, as relaxed as I could last night. And so it took about 1 or 2 hours since I actually went to bed, okay, but without knowing, before I noticed it, I fell asleep. That was a good part, okay, but I didn't get enough sleep. So when I woke up this morning, I was still sleepy, but I had to go, okay, I had to start walking because during the day, I knew that I couldn't, it would be impossible for me to start walking, right? So I had to do that, but I was really tired, and for the last week or 10 days, I have been a lack of sleep entirely, basically, okay? And today, after I came back home from walking, okay, not from work, I decided to go back to sleep, okay? First thing, I was very, very hungry after some exercises, walking, but usually after walking my dogs, I eat something, but today was another story because I was extremely tired and I had something in my mouth, and I really wanted it to be better as soon as possible. So in order to fix something that is wrong in your body, all you should do is to sleep, okay? While sleeping, everything is healing, right? Everything is healing. So in order not to get sick, you have to sleep. Sleep is the most important thing, okay? So I knew that, so I decided to go back to sleep first thing, okay, after walking. And I took about 4 hours nap, okay? I took a 4-hour nap, and that was pretty long, much longer than I had expected, actually. But I'm happy that I did that long sleep because I really needed it, okay? I really needed it, okay? And now, so that's why I'm here in front of a camera speaking English, okay, as my daily practice of English. And also it could be very, very good for my therapy, okay, because usually I talk about anything that I want to talk about. And when you talk about something about yourself, you need someone, right? But I don't want to use others' time to talk about myself, okay? So this is the best way for me to talk about myself, okay? I can talk about myself for as long as I want, right? I don't have to care about others' time. I don't have to care about wasting other people's time, right? So, and I talk about something insignificant, not significant, okay? Like when I walked my dog, or when I took my dogs to the trimming salon, or when I was in a band, I used to, or I didn't go to school in high school because, or something like that. I don't think that many people would be interested in hearing such things because it's too personal, it's too boring, it's too insignificant. But this is all the things what actually have happened to me, right? This is my life, even though it might sound boring to other people. But I really want to talk about my past. I really want to talk about something which is happening right now, something that I have in my mind. And so I don't have anyone sitting in front of me to listen to me, okay? And making others listen to my story is something that I don't like the most, actually, because I have some attachment issues, right? And my mother didn't listen to me very much, okay? She was always busy with her favorite TV program to watch, and in those days there was no VCR, right? In the 70s, probably when I was in 6th grade, VCR, we began to have VCRs, right? But it was still very expensive, so my mother couldn't buy one, and all she was able to do was sitting in front of the TV when her favorite TV drama or entertainment show would start, right? And at the time, I really wanted to talk about something to her, but she was busy in front of her TV. It's a family TV though, okay? She didn't have any personal TV, okay, like we do nowadays, okay? In those days, there was only 1 or 2 TVs at home, okay? 1 or 2 at most, okay? Because we are ordinary people, we were not rich people, so, okay, anyway. So even now, I really don't want let people to sit in front of me to listen to my story, because I tend to find it a bit bothering, I mean, to them, okay? So I'm scared of asking someone to listen to me, okay? So that's why talking about myself in front of a camera is the safest and safest way for me. Okay, that's why I always do this. And even though sometimes I feel a bit daunted, because most of the time, or not most of the time, but sometimes, okay, actually, I feel daunted and intimidated, because I really wish I could speak English much better. After the recording, I sometimes regret that I did what I did, like, oh, I could have spoken much better, I could have said this and that too, but I didn't, I couldn't, but there's always another day, this is how I feel now, this is how I think, anyway, so I really needed the nap, long nap, and now I feel much better now. And so, there's one thing that I really wanted to talk about today, and it's been about 25 minutes already, I'm gonna cut here. I normally don't edit my videos because it takes more time, and I don't think it's very necessary for me to do, but I happened to a video of Japanese guy, 25-year-old Japanese guy, and this particular video came up in my recommended,